Big fight that may be on, which we were kind of hoping for, but weren't really convinced it was likely to happen this year. But now it seems like it's moved a big step closer. 258 management confirming that they've agreed to all terms proposed by Tyson Fury's team for a Fury-AJ showdown in December. Frank Warren then responding to that, saying contract's on the way, or contract will be with you very soon. Do me a favour. I'm sure was added at the end off camera or whatever. But yeah, great news potentially.
Let's hope so. I mean, I knew the talks were going really well. I knew they was going really well. But what AJ's side believe is that it's a smokescreen to lure Usyk out to fight him in December, because it's Usyk's team's and Usyk's preference to fight Tyson Fury for the undisputed in the Middle East in February. So they believe it's a smokescreen to kind of draw him out to fight him in December. However, they have agreed to the terms that Tyson Fury, Team Fury have laid out. They've agreed to every term. I believe there's only a broadcasting issue left to resolve. So, Daniel, let's hope we get the mega fight. Let's hope we get the super fight for early Christmas present for all the fans, because it's a monstrous fight. And if I'm really honest, I would be more looking forward to see Fury fight AJ than I would Fury fight Usyk, because it's a bigger spectacle, in my opinion.
Are you at all worried or concerned for AJ, though, in that he's just come off that second fight with Usyk? Although it was an improved performance, he still took a fair bit of punishment, and just a few months later, he's going to be going back in against a very fresh Tyson Fury.
Anthony Joshua's generated hundreds of millions in his career, Danny. I don't feel sorry for that. No, I don't. So I think that I think Frank Warren was saying that Eddie Hearn's no longer in the heavyweight picture, kind of poking fun at him a little bit. Well, Frank Warren's leaned out his hand and brought Eddie Hearn right back into the heavyweight title picture, if this gets made, because we're going to see Eddie against Frank at the press conference. Is what we've asked for years. We've wanted to see this for years. So you're going to get a bit of everything, aren't you? You're going to get AJ Fury, Tyson Fury, AJ. You're going to get a bit of Eddie Hearn, and Frank Warren's gloating because he's got the #1 with him. It's like, we've given you this opportunity. The fight has got absolutely everything, Danny. The build-up alone is box office. So let's just hope, as fans, that we get to see this fight.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think Eddie will be as involved as you think? Because obviously the offer's been sent via 258. Presumably it will be on BT. Will it? You
would imagine it will be on BT, and the worldwide rights would go to DAZN. That's what I would
outside the UK and Ireland.
That's what I presume will happen. Listen, if BT want the pay-per-view to be massive, they will include Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn's a wonderful promoter. So
what about the US though? Because Fury doesn't he have one left with ESPN?
I don't know. Maybe at who knows? Maybe it will be broadcasted on ESPN, and then the rest of the rights go to DAZN. Who knows? But I think Team AJ need to bend a little bit further, play to the tune of Tyson Fury, if that makes sense, a little bit more. They would need to do a bit more of the bending over, if that makes sense. Because let's be honest, AJ is now bringing only his name to this fight. He's only bringing his name, which, by the way, is still a superstar, but he's only bringing his name. So Fury's giving him this opportunity. So AJ's team will have to do a bit more of the bending to make this fight happen, which let's hope they do, because let's be honest, Danny, it'll be the biggest fight in this country that since, you know what I mean, that the Bruno Lewis days, and it's that big. It's that big.
Yeah, I was going to say, with all due respect to Dillian Whyte, who obviously fought Fury earlier this year, is this the biggest all-British fight since Lewis Bruno?
Yeah, this will be the biggest fight since Bruno Lewis, for sure. This will be bigger than Bruno Lewis.
Commercially, certainly, but in terms of legacy and stuff, I think Lewis only had WBC belt. Fury's only got WBC belt. Joshua's lost. Bruno had lost, but Joshua's reigned as world champion, whereas Bruno hadn't at that point. So maybe it is bigger.
Listen, I don't want to disrespect Frank Bruno, but AJ's better than Frank Bruno was. Yeah, he is. And there's an argument now, Tyson Fury. I still have Lennox as the greatest British heavyweight of all time. I've got him as number 2 on the all-time list. I think he could even be number 1, Lennox. I rate Lennox so much. But this is the here and now. And this is a huge, monstrous fight that we all hope will get made. Let's just hope this isn't bollocks and loads of just tactics and because let's be honest, the fans have been told this fight's in the works, it's happening. We've even been told the fight's done. Do you know what I mean? It's so let's hope now they can give the British fans what they want.
What could go wrong at this stage? They said they've accepted all the terms that were proposed. I suppose it'd be if the contract arrives and there's stuff in there that hasn't been agreed.
Let's be honest, Danny. This is boxing, mate. This is unlike any sport. Anything can go wrong. Floyd Mayweather once cancelled a fight with Amir Khan because Amir Khan announced the fight before him. So this is a different sport to others. So anything can happen. But let's hope it doesn't. Let's hope the fight gets signed off and done. I've heard that George Warren and Eddie Hearn have already met in a London hotel and ironed out a deal. So let's hope it's done.
Wow. Do you know which hotel? How on the pulse are you, sir?
It's a hotel in Soho.
Oh, well, there we go. I don't know what they got up to after the meeting, but...
Who knows, mate? Who knows? For a bit of a push and a pull.
Yeah, maybe. One fight we know is definitely happening because it's this Saturday, barring anyone missing weight or anything crazy going on in the next few days, is Canelo's 3rd fight with Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. Triple G seems to be largely getting written off ahead of this trilogy.
I don't really want to talk much about this fight, Danny, because it makes me... Canelo, it annoys me because Canelo's like, oh, this fight's personal, it's really personal. Well, why didn't you fight him 3 years ago then and settle it? Yeah. You know what I mean? When Triple G won the first fight, I believe he won the second fight. I know other people have different views on that, but he definitely won the first, yeah? Definitely won the first. The second fight, they say it could have gone either way. I had Triple G winning that fight. Whether people can say I'm biased or not, probably I am biased, but I think he won that fight. Rematch, let's go again. Trilogy. You've waited 3 years for Triple G to be 40 years old to take this fight. I would love, and I mean it, like I've said, Kevin Keegan style, Danny, I would love it if Triple G won Manuel Marquez Canelo in that fight and got his redemption like he deserves. Will it happen or not? I don't know. Is Canelo too fresh? Probably. But I really hope Triple G wins that fight. I think he deserves it because people don't. I don't care what anyone says. Triple G is one of the best middleweights of all time. Yeah, and the defeats on his record, one should definitely not be there. The other one I don't believe should be there either. But definitely not the first one. And people have kind of disregarded him a little bit as an all-time great because of that. But look what Canelo went on to do afterwards. Do you know what I mean? Like it's unbelievable what Canelo's achieved. Don't want to disrespect Canelo like that. He's a great fighter, but I hope Triple G gets his redemption and chins him on Saturday night.
But can he at this stage of their careers?
Of course he can. Listen, Canelo's probably the favourite now because of just the sheer freshness. But when you hit as hard as Triple G, anything's possible. Danny, I witnessed Triple G, and Joe Joyce will confirm this. Triple G, literally, I've never seen so many sparring partners for one man in one session. Yeah, and you had to sign a disclaimer before you spar Triple G in case he proper hurt you. He's the nicest man in the world, the best man I've met in boxing. Triple G, by the way, but when he's in the ring, he's the devil. He's the devil, and he was hitting people so hard, Danny. The sparring partners were having to spar him with waist belts, body protectors on, because he was levering people that hard. Someone from Mayweather's gym came over, and he got out of the ring, and he was on the floor, Danny. I'm not joking you. Ask Joyce this for 20 minutes, getting his breath back. Monster. Just a pleasure to be around. One, as I say, the nicest, the best guy, the most competitive guy, the most professional guy I've ever met. and I wish him nothing but the best. And I hope to God he levers Canelo on Saturday.
Great stuff. Sam, what's next for you, mate? While we're here, might as well talk about you.
Probellum have a big show coming in Liverpool next month. The date will be announced this week. Great fights on that card. Great fight for Peter McGrail, which will be announced very, very soon. And future shows will be announced very soon as well.
Great stuff. Well, good to see you back on the scene. I'm sure we'll catch up again soon anyway. Yeah, let's do it in Derby soon, as we talked about.
Mate, we're doing it, mate. We're going to be doing it. Go to the restaurant Tarka, and we'll do one of them, the round table things to discuss Conor Benn against Eubank. Fight week.
Do they give you free food if you mention them in interviews? Is that how this works?
Probably. Mate, the lamb chops.
You said it was on you.
You'll want to pay for the lamb chops. Are that good? And other than that, though, Danny, over and out. Acknowledge Hasbullah, and I'll see you soon.
Cheers, mate. Take care.